Hi everyone, I'm Lisa Bebi from San Diego, and I am one of your guest curators this week for Crescendo. And my assignment is to talk about how art has saved me, just like every other curator that's come along. They've um, had a story, and this is my turn to tell a story. But instead of writing it, I thought it'd be easier to videotape it. I think it is easier than typing it out. But when I started to think about what to talk about, I realized it wasn't going to be that easy because I couldn't really think where along my lifeline I could pull out a little story that would illustrate to you that art has saved me, because I feel that art is who I am. It's part of my soul. I'm sure you feel the same way. It's just too interwoven. It'd be sort of like asking someone, or saying to someone, I see you're breathing in and out. Can you tell us when you realize that that breath that you're taking is what's keeping you alive, or saving your life? It's just too abstract. It's too interwoven and complicated. So then I started to think about how it came to be that I became a creator, or an artist. And I traced it back to when I was 4 years old, and about the time that my grandma came to live halfway down the block from my house. And she was a huge influence on me. And she was a wonderful, wonderful woman. And she was a creator herself. She was a quilter and a sewer, and she sang to her garden that grew, abundantly. And she pickled things and canned things and did things for the needy. She was just such a wonderful influence on me. And but the best thing and most profound thing that she did for me, and the thing that I took with me all my life, throughout my life, was that a real simple thing. At the end of the day, after I stayed there all day and I was waiting for my mom to come pick me up, she would just come and sit next to me on the sofa, bring a coloring book, and we would color together. That was all. That was all. We colored together. And it was during this time when we were coloring, when I was sitting, my grandma thought enough of me to sit there and do this, because I knew at 4, I knew that she didn't really want to be coloring. She was doing it to be my companion. But I was able to relax because she was there partly, and it's sort of meditating to color at the end of the day. And I was able to this is the thing that happened. I was able to let all the things in my life sort of filter down as I was coloring, and I think at that point I realized that it was okay that I didn't understand everything. I was too young, so that's the gift that she gave me. Is that doing something like coloring, or now I paint. It helps me get to a place where I can accept that I don't understand, anything or everything. So, and I have lots of stories about that. And one of them is, the tragic story is when I was 31 and I had a beautiful family, 2 young kids, and a good husband and a home and all that. And my husband, for unknown reason, got a blood clot stuck in his heart, and he died instantly. He was at work and he died. Who understands death, and why us, and why him, and why my beautiful family? I had to learn really fast how to be a breadwinner, a head household. I had to protect my kids from the emotional damage that was causing, and all the while I was going through mourning myself. And I can't say that what she taught me saved, was a perfect, it wasn't a perfect remedy, of course, it wasn't. But it did help me get to a place where I could finally accept that I'll never know why that happened. And that's big, I think. I think that's really big. And then later on in my life, in 2003, I had remarried, and I had, a 9-year-old now. Those 2 had grown, and beautiful kids, great people, into adults. So they grew to adults, and for no reason, maybe stress, who knows, but my body decided to reject my perfectly healthy kidneys. My 2 kidneys, healthy, body rejects them. So that is fatal, except that I was lucky, I guess I was lucky. I had a doctor that knew enough to put me on a lot of chemotherapy, and so I was on that for a couple of years, and I was bedridden for a long time, and that did stop me from dying, and it did bring back some of my kidney function, so I'm able to function now. So I'm very, very grateful for that. But why? Why? Here I have a new family, another family, and everything is going well. And why does this have to happen? Why does it have to happen to my little 9-year-old and my adult kids? And why did it have to happen to my husband, who worked really hard? I mean, and now I have this invalid. So I don't know why. So that's it. That's my story. I don't know why, and I accept that I don't know why. I don't like it, but I don't know why. And so, but there's some good points to this. And my good point is that being a creative and getting into that state where I can paint or color and accept things that I don't understand has helped me, ironically, become a better creator and a better artist. And that's because I don't know what I'm doing, and I accept that. So, and you know how it is. If you're watching this, you're a creator, and you know that how frustrating it is if you think you're drawing a line that goes this way and it goes that way, and you think you're going to follow this one artist, this is an inspiration, this is what you want to be, and then pretty soon down the road, no, that's not it, that you want to be you're going to be a whole different artist or a whole different person. So I mean, all these things, it's constantly evolving, and it's constantly changing, and it's frustrating, and if anybody ever tells you that it's easy to be an artist and that how lucky you are to be able to do a hobby for work and a pastime, just hit them, because it's not true at all. It's really one of the hardest things anybody can do, because it's constant problem solving, it's constant frustration and overcoming that, and you have to be in a state, or at least I have to be in a state of accepting I don't know what I'm doing. I mean, it's almost as though my art is its own entity, its own breathing entity that just sort of goes about its business. I just sort of have my hands in it, and just is. So I can't really explain it any better than that. So that's my grandma taught me. She taught me through coloring and being there to accept things I don't understand and to roll with it the best I can. So I'm hoping that me telling you you'll get something out of it. Maybe you can relate, maybe not. But at least now you know someone's like me out there, and that's my story. That's how it sort of saved me. That's how it saved me, but not entirely. So anyway, thanks for listening, and have a great week, and keep creating, and punch those people out that say that it's easy, because it isn't. It's not. Okay, bye bye.